What up, world? This is Thrill Boxing Magazine. I'm your host, Mike Thrill, baby. Back at it with episode 16. And this episode gonna be a good one, man, because I'm about to talk about, one of the biggest fights of the year. Fight with two of my favorites, two of the best in the sport. And it's going down, man. It's going down this weekend. And yeah, man, I'm really excited. I've been wanting to talk about this fight. I ain't even really been wanting to pod. Yeah, I told you I was coming back too. I told you I was making another pod this week. You thought I was playing? Okay, but look, I gotta talk about this event. This is one of the first fights where you got two undisputed fighters fighting each other while undisputed. That's never been done in the sport, especially in the four belt era. You got Canelo Alvarez, the 168 king, the face of boxing. Like the biggest name in boxing. And you got Jermell Charlo, one of the infamous Charlo twins, Charlo brothers. He's the king of 154 right now. He been dominating in the 154 division for at least 7 years. You know what I'm saying? They both was at the same weight at one point. They both was champs at 168. 154 before. And to be honest, I always pictured them fighting, but I thought that window had closed. And if y'all watched the pod, some months back, I wasn't very happy about this fight, materializing at first, because I didn't like the idea of 154 male fighting 168 Canelo. But I came around a little bit, even though I still stand on weight classes matter. I still stand on that. But I wasn't at I came around because I put some thought into how big Mel gets, how big he walks around, and all of that. And if anybody could accomplish this task, it'll be somebody like Mel. So I don't look at it as a mismatch. But yeah, before I get too deep into that fight, before I talk about the advantages and disadvantages and my pick, who I'm going for, all of that. I do want to talk about the undercard. You know what I'm saying? On the undercard, man, you got a stack one. You got Erickson Lubin fighting Jesus Ramos. Erickson Lubin, he just last year had his second defeat. But he's been fighting some dogs, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, god damn. Alright, I thought they was coming for me. But look, Erickson Lubin, he's been fighting dog after dog. He took a big risk in 2017 when he was undefeated. I believe he was like 18-0. He fought Charlo, who had over, I believe, 25 pro fights, was undefeated. And he bet on himself. He tried to dethrone Charlo back then. Fell short, and he stacked up some great wins. Wins over Ishai Smith, Jason Rosario, Terrell Goucher. Who else he beat? I don't know if I said Rosario, Nathan Gallimore, Luis Arias. Lubin been fighting some real dogs. You know what I'm saying? Now he fighting Jesus Ramos, who's undefeated. I believe he 20-0. With a lot of knockouts. Big 154 pounder. And listen, man, Erickson had a real tough road. You know what I'm saying? And this is one of the things where it's like, if Erickson can win this fight, give him a title shot immediately. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about he fighting champion after champion, tough fighter after tough fighter. And they done gave him interim shots already. Man, fuck an interim shot. If he win this against Ramos, title shot him immediately. Title shot Lubin immediately, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, he done fought, like I said, tried to dethrone Charlo. Then went through a lot of guys, beat a lot of guys. Then he fought Fundora, big ass. Fundora 6'6". He fought Fundora and he dropped Fundora. He was, you know what I'm saying? He was doing okay in that fight. Took too much punishment. But yeah, man, I'm honestly, I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm going for Lubin. I hope he could do it. I'm a little scared because he done had some shaky moments. A lot of people feel like he chinny. Now this will answer a lot of questions. A guy like Ramos will definitely answer your questions to that. If you think whether you think he chinny or not. But I honestly think he's the more skilled guy. I think he might not punch as hard as Ramos, but he can crack. He might crack. He might pack just as much. I don't know. I think he got a lot of. He's the more gifted fighter for sure. But we gotta see who's the tougher fighter, who could take more in that fight. So yeah, Lubin Ramos, that's gonna be a great one. Then we got Yordenis Ugas against Mario Barrios. You know what I'm saying? Yordenis had an upset win over Manny Pacquiao, the legend. I feel like he got robbed, I ain't gonna lie, against Sean Porter. His last fight, he got stopped by Errol Spence. He had a lot of good wins. He had Omar Figueroa, a lot of people, Ray Robinson. You know what I'm saying? He got quite the resume, man. Ugas. And he's fighting Mario Barrios, who recently fought Keith Thurman, recently fought Gervonta Davis. He came up short in those two fights. But, hey, man, he taking big risks. I honestly think it's a good fight for Barrios. They coming for me, y'all. But look, I don't know if that's fireworks or they got the blick out. But look, y'all pray for me. But yeah, man. Barrios is a tall welterweight. He was a tall 140, tall welterweight now. And I think he got what it takes to beat Ugas. I ain't gonna lie, I like Ugas more slightly, but I think Barrios could pull this off. So I don't really got a pick, but I think if Ugas just come forward, trying to block and slip shots, catching and shooting, I think Barrios could pick him off, honestly. So I wouldn't be surprised seeing a decision either way. A knockout kind of surprised me. But yeah, that's gonna be a great fight, man. Ugas and Barrios. You got the young gun. I call him Baby Tank, Kermel Moten. He's making his pro debut against a 4-0 fighter. I believe he's only 17 right now. And I'm looking forward to that, man. That ain't going to be on televised card, but it's going to be on YouTube. So y'all need to definitely check that out. Terrell Goucher is on the card. He's fought Arislandi Lara. He's fought, he fought a few dudes. He fought Lubin. He's a tough fighter. He fought Tim Tszyu. So I want to see what he looks like when he come back. I believe his name is, I just know I'm gonna butcher his name, so I've been dreading saying it. Alexander Gostic, I believe that's his name. Former champion. He's coming back on the card. You got Frank Sanchez, one of my favorite heavyweights. I feel like he was moving fast, and then for some reason it slowed up. But hopefully, maybe we get to see him fight like a big baby Davis I assume he's gonna be victorious on this card. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a real good card, man. Like I said, hopefully I want Erickson Lubin to win. I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm very scared, to be honest. I'm very scared, but I think he could pull it off and school the young buck. You know, even though that young buck coming, you know, Ramos, you know, he came back. I mean, he beat Joey Spencer. He beat Brian Mendoza, who just beat Fundora. Like, he beat some dudes. You know, hey man, we gonna see. But look, man, we go to the main card. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I wasn't a fan of the fight at first, but I've been coming around. You know, as we know, Canelo got the name, the bigger name, the money, all that. But I honestly think he got the better opposition. You know, the clearly better resume. I wonder if Canelo got more wear and tear on his body. A lot of people been trying to say Canelo been slipping his last couple fights. You know, because after he became undisputed, he went up, lost to Bivol, then he beat Triple G, didn't stop him. Beat Ryder, didn't stop him. And he got touched in those fights. He say he was injured. I kind of believe him. I kind of believe him. And he say he's able to train 100% now. So we gonna see. Charlo on the other hand. This is why. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna rewind back to why I hated the fight for him in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Jermell Charlo, he fought Castano, won undisputed. He was supposed to fight Tim Tszyu next. Like probably 7 months later or something. Got injured, broke his hand. And yeah, he's been out for over, I think, like 16 months, 15 months, something like that. And he's going up 2 divisions to fight the best at 168. You know, so I really don't like that situation for him. If I'm his manager, like I said before, I would have told him, hey man, if you want to do it for the bread, but I ain't fucking with it. I would have. That's how I feel, to be honest. I don't like the disadvantage, to be honest, but he's betting on himself. He feel like the injury, the weight, none of that's gonna matter. He gonna be ready. The weight ain't gonna have too much effect on him. And we gonna see, but I don't know, man. I think it's a lot of advantages on Canelo's side. And I think a lot of people sleeping on Canelo's skills. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to power, you know, head movement, defense. You know, a lot of people think Canelo get hit cleaner than he get hit. You know, you might see him get hit, but he rolling with a lot of shots. You know, he's moving a lot. You know, he might walk around flat-footed following dudes, but for the most part, it's been working for him, you know, in his career. You know, I recently watched his first defeat, Canelo to Floyd Mayweather. And honestly, man, if I was Canelo trainer, I like his approach in the fight. It's just that Floyd was just a more special guy in the fight. Floyd didn't have to move too much. A lot of people say you beat Canelo with great fundamentals and movement. But honestly, I think when Floyd beat him, it was a lot of speed and finesse. Being first, using his aggression against him. And in his second loss against Bivol, you seen Bivol using his aggression against him. He couldn't hurt Bivol. He couldn't get past Bivol guard much. And I want to see what Jermell can take from that. You know, before I get into my keys to victory for both of them, I forgot to write that down. I'm gonna keep it 100. But I got a lot of it in the dome anyway. But I want to see what Jermell can take away from Canelo's defeats. And as far as Jermell's defeats, You know, you had Jamel take his first loss to Detroit's Tony Superbad Harrison. And Tony was using his jab very effectively. He was boxing well. Didn't take too much risk. He just got the job done. Second fight, Charlo, you let Tony work, and he was real patient. You know, caught him with some big shots, stopped him. The Castano fight, Castano got a draw, earned a draw. I felt like Castano could have, he possibly could have got the nod low key when I first watched it. But Charlo let Castano get off way too much in that first fight. His pressure was a lot for Charlo. Then in the rematch, the fight was a little bit similar to the first one, but you had Charlo use Castano aggression against him. So I wonder, if Canelo's taking anything from those two fights, if Canelo will pressure him, will his pressure be too much? Will Charlo be able to use his aggression against him? I had answered the FaceTime on mistake, but I lost my train of thought a little bit. But I wonder if one or the other, Canelo or Charlo, will use each other's aggression against each other. If Canelo's gonna press him, I'm sure he's gonna do that. And if it's gonna be too much for Charlo, if Charlo could outbox Canelo, you had a lot of fighters try to outbox Canelo, Billy Joe, Caleb, Lara, Trout. You know what I'm saying? But it honestly only worked for Bivol and Floyd. But we gonna see. I think that's gonna be Charlo's approach. Now, before I get to my pick, I'm gonna say what I think they should do. My keys to victory. I think Canelo honestly could win being himself. Coming forward, calculated though, pressuring him. Good head movement. Never load up too much because Charlo, he's a great counterpuncher. I think Canelo got to set traps, run Charlo into things. I think the Jacobs fight and the Plant fight are two fights. If you can blend them in your mind, is how I feel like Canelo could beat him. Just being smart but aggressive. For Charlo, movement. He even said it himself. Movement. He gonna try to use that movement. Try to be slick. Try to beat Canelo with finesse. I wouldn't be surprised if he fight him like Lara or Bivol did, or just very disciplined fight and keep it simple and try to win that way. But I don't know if it's gonna work. But what I do wonder, will Charlo power be different at 168? Because Charlo can crack. Charlo can crack, man. That boy can crack. I wonder how, because I'm sure he will be slower at a higher weight. But I wonder, what if he not slower? What if Charlo not slower and he come in there and he way faster than Canelo? All these things going in my head. But I honestly think the weight will affect Charlo more than it'll help him. I ain't gonna say it'd be slow, but I think he'll be okay. I think he'll be maybe sluggish at points. Maybe get a little tired at points. It's a lot of fights where you've seen Canelo get tired. And honestly, I think Canelo just begin. I don't think it's because Charlo conditioning just went much better. Cause I seen Charlo get tired before. I just think Canelo be loading up big shots the whole fight. And when you do that, you bound to get tired. You following motherfucker loading up big shots the whole fight. You bound to get tired. So to the allegations of Canelo slipping, I don't really think Canelo slipped as much as y'all think. But as far as keys, yeah, Charlo gotta use that jab, man. Use that jab, but not too much. Don't let Canelo take that jab away. Because if Canelo take that jab away, it could get ugly. Movement, a lot of lateral movement. You know, get a lot of rounds in the bank. If you want to get aggressive after the 8th, then so be it. You know what I'm saying? But I think you should definitely take that first 7, trying to box and score effectively and make Canelo miss a lot, and land some eye-catching shots. Like I said, for Canelo, I think he just got to be himself. Cut the ring off, because I know Mel going to be hard to cut off. Mel will be hard to cut off. That boy can move. You know, Canelo head movement has to be the head movement we seen against Triple G in the second one. The head movement we seen against Danny Jacobs. He needs to be that defensively in this fight. Because if you playing with Charlo in there, having some faulty defense, he gonna clip you. And I don't really see Canelo getting stopped by anyone unless it's 175 or up. But if anybody could do it, a guy like Charlo can. You know, Charlo been stopping a lot of people since he came and joined forces with Derrick James. And I also think that's an advantage. Let me get into the advantages. That's definitely an advantage. I think Charlo may have the coaching advantage because he got Juan Guzman and Derrick James in his corner. Canelo got Eddie Reynoso, former trainer of the year. Derrick James is trainer of the year. Now, when it comes to speed, I definitely think Charlo got more speed, but I want to know if he has more speed at this weight. Timing. You know, the timing, I think Charlo can't get sloppy, but if they both layers it in, the timing is a toss-up for me. Power. Canelo definitely got the edge on that to me. He's went up and stopped Kovalev at 175. IQ advantage. A lot of people feel like Charlo got the IQ, but I say Canelo. He got twice as many fights. Been in there with the best of them. Floyd, I could tell he took a lot from the Floyd Mayweather fight. Charlo may be the more versatile fighter. Charlo may be better at adjusting, and I say that because Canelo will fight you the same way. Canelo game plan the last probably 6 fights been the same game plan. So, you know, I would say Charlo probably got the advantage on adjusting, durability. At 68, it's hard to tell, you know, because we don't know how male body gonna look. Chin, you know, I only seen Canelo really get hurt against Triple G, and I believe that maybe the second fight. Kind of buzzed him in the first fight too, but I seen Canelo really hurt against Miguel Cotto's brother. I believe his name Jose Cotto. You seen Canelo get staggered, but since then I ain't seen him really hurt. I know Kirkland bothered him. In that first round, Kirkland had landed, and a lot of y'all don't know that. A lot of y'all, I don't think y'all seen that. Kirkland had bothered Canelo, and Canelo had that tight guard after that. And he like, okay, let me stop playing with this motherfucker. But yeah, we done seen Charlo get dropped a long time ago. We seen him get caught with some big shots by Castano, especially in that first fight. Castano sent him flying to the ropes. But they both got a great chin, man. So yeah, they both got a. I want to see what Charlo chin like at 168. Grit. I don't know who got more grit. That's gonna be a hard one, guy. Cause I could say Canelo, but Charlo ain't gave me no reason to doubt. So yeah, size advantage. Like I said, Canelo. I just felt like Canelo just got a lot more advantages, man. Who do I root for? Who's my heart with? I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't give a fuck because Canelo, he's one of my favorite fighters, but Charlo is one of my favorite fighters as well. You know what I'm saying? A black fighter. They hate on black fighters a lot. It's like we gotta do twice as much sometimes, to be honest. This fight wouldn't really hurt. Nah, I'm lying. This fight hurt Canelo a lot if he lost this fight. It'd actually kind of be embarrassing in my opinion if you lose to a 154 and you've been at 68. But I don't really care when it come to rooting because I love both. But who do I choose, man? What's my prediction? I gotta keep it 100. Mainly because of the weight. I gotta say Canelo wins a decision or a late stoppage. Now, if Charlo was to win by knockout, that'd be crazy. I really don't see that happening, not one bit. But if that happens, that'd be crazy. Like, that'd be crazy. Cause like I said, we ain't really see Canelo hurt. Like I seen him get buzzed a couple times, but we never seen him really rock other than the Cotto fight a long time ago. And yeah, I just feel like Canelo gonna be able to press him and wear him down. And not only that, I think Charlo gonna be moving a lot, and then it's gonna wear himself down a little bit. I believe the first time I've been in there in the ring, I was moving so much. I moved more than I wanted to move, and I feel like Canelo could get Mel to do that. To be honest, So yeah, I got my heart. I don't care. I love both, but if I'm betting, I would have to choose Canelo in this fight by decision or late stoppage. And when I say late stoppage, I'm saying 11th or 12th. I could see it going a lot like the Caleb Plant fight. Except I think Mel got a little bit more to worry about in the power department. But Caleb was making Canelo miss a lot. I don't think Charlo gonna make him miss as much as Caleb did. But we'll see, man. But yeah, that's my pick, man. That's my keys to victory. And yeah, man, this has been fun, man. I need y'all to go follow my Instagram, Thrill Boxing. Subscribe, like, comment. Follow my TikTok. My video gonna end on me. Do all that, man. I appreciate y'all. I ain't gonna lie, I forgot to tell y'all. Y'all need to go shop untouchabletefestyle.com. Feel me? Go get all that drip, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you thought I was gonna forget? Oh, okay. Listen, man, I got some great content coming up. It's really going down, man. I'm gonna drop an episode for the follow-up. And yeah, man, it's going down, man. Canelo, Charlo. That's it. Y'all enjoy the fight. Follow me, Thrill Boxing. I'm Mike Thrill, baby. Get up out of here, bro. Get up out of here.